Hello, it is hard to believe that we are already in March and spring is upon us, which is great news. So I do have the March board meeting update. First of all, under consent agenda, we do have bills totaling $51,461,135.86. Now that may seem really high compared to normal, and it is, but there's a reason for that. Typically, we make our debt service payments twice a year. So the last debt service payment was in February, therefore it shows up on the March bills. Also under consent agenda, we do have the approval to let bids for athletic trainer services. We have the approval to let bids for district waste and recycling services, and we have the approval to let bids for disaster recovery services. Under Superintendent's report, I talked about Senate Bill 55, and this is the Omnibus Education Bill. Most likely this will be heard this week. Now this is something that I believe is very detrimental to public education. This bill deals with virtual schools, even virtual charter schools. It deals with charter expansion within the state of Missouri, and it also deals with ESAs or education savings accounts. All of these, I believe, are detrimental to public education. Now, this is something that I would like to discuss with you. I believe that it is very important for everyone to really take notice of bills that are either being passed or attempted to be passed in Jeff City, and to be very diligent about contacting your representative or your senator. So throughout the fall and the spring, I've tried to send out reports or updates to you as an employee. So please, if you would like to, please reach out to your elected official. It does make a difference. Also under Superintendent's report, I talked about the calendar. I did have a number of calendar updates that I talked to the Board of Education about, so I would like to share those with you. First of all, on March 15th, our 7th graders will come back in person. The 7th graders will not have a hybrid option, and that's very important for everyone to remember. On March 19th, the first dose of the vaccine will be given here in the ISD. Because of that, this will be a non-student attendance day. On April 5th, this will now become a student attendance day because previously it was a PD day. Because we've already given the first shot by this time of the vaccine, we are going to move April 9th to a PD day. That is also the day in which employees can get their second vaccine. Okay, so that is again a quick update on calendar adjustments. Just so everyone knows, at some time in the near future, we will do away with hybrid learning, so the only option students will have is to be fully virtual or fully in person. We have not solidified a date for this, but when we have, we will make sure we let all of our families as well as our employees know this date. Under new business, first of all, we do have a change to Board of Education policy number 6180. This deals with ELL students. It is a second reading, and again, just as a reminder, it does take 2 readings for something to become board policy. 6180 again deals with ELL students. These are things that we've already been doing. We just have to reflect them within board policy. Item number 2 is the approval to purchase 5,000 Dell Chromebooks. This is from CDW at a price tag of $1,286,550. We are going to use ESSER 2 money to pay for this. Item number 3 is the approval of the construction manager at risk. This is something that will only go into effect if the bond issue passes. So the vendor that we did choose is Nabholz Construction. This is the same company that we used with the 2017 bond issue, and we're very pleased with their performance. Item number 4 is the approval of architectural services. Again, this would only go into effect if the bond passes. We are approving 2 different vendors for this, Hollis & Miller and DLR. Again, these are the same 2 architects that we used with the last bond issue. Item number 5 is the approval to accept the replacement of interior and exterior doors. We will have Benton Elementary, Blackburn Elementary, Luff Elementary, Sycamore Hills Elementary, and Van Horn High School will have their doors replaced. This is from Omega Construction for a total of $738,644. Item number 6 is the approval to accept a quote for playground equipment and surface renovations. This totals $1,568,111.30. And again, this will only go into effect if the bond does pass. Item number 7 is the approval to purchase a 48-passenger bus with a wheelchair lift, and this totals $126,937, and this will be a propane bus. Item number 8 is the approval to accept a quote for the purchase of propane-powered buses. Each bus is $116,959. We are proposing to purchase 10 propane buses, and these are all 71 passenger buses. And lastly is the approval for the declaration of surplus items. We do this typically 4 times a year. With that, that is your March board report. First of all, I want to tell everybody thank you so much for what you do. I know this has been a trying year. It feels like we're coming to a close with COVID. I know we'll have some safety protocols in place, but I am very excited that we're bringing more kids back. I think that's really important for our students as well as for our community. And then lastly, just as a reminder, April 6th is our bond issue. Again, it is a $43 million no tax increase bond issue, and certainly these improvements will be wonderful for our students as well as the community. So with that, again, thank you everyone for everything that you do for our kids.